10 years ago today, Mojang released an update that would change the course of Redstone as we know it forever. Minecraft version 1.5 was released March 13, 2013, and was of course called the Redstone Update. Today, 10 years later, I want to assess the impact of the update knowing what we know now and talk about how important it was at the time. Certain things we take for granted in Minecraft today haven't always been around. We're blessed with crazy high-efficiency automatic farming, item sorting systems, and near-instant material transportation. However, pre-1.5, things were a lot different in the Redstone world. Now, disclaimer, I am horrifically newbie with my Redstone knowledge. I am the type of guy to watch a tutorial video frame by frame when I build any Redstone contraption. So if I get anything wrong in this video, please be nice. Anyway, pre-1.5 Redstone builds such as piston doors, automatic note block song builds, and automatic lighting systems were super popular. Early Redstone YouTube legends such as Sethbling, the creator of the insanely hilarious minecart wave machine, and FVDisco, the creator of the legendary Redstone-themed Temple of Notch map, were making ridiculous contraptions that were entertaining and sometimes downright comedic, but didn't really have a crazy amount of applicable utility in your average survival world. There were things such as piston conveyors that move you super fast, but those types of contraptions were expensive and usually fairly complicated for the average user. And that's kind of the thesis of this video. It really seems like the 1.5 update pushed everyday utility for Redstone over the aesthetic and entertainment of old. So let's go through some of the major additions in 1.5 and how their impact is still felt today. 1.5 is when the block of Redstone was released. The block of Redstone is the first Minecraft block in history that emits a constant redstone signal. Previously, the only way to achieve this was to use a redstone torch, which had its limitations. The main issue with a redstone torch on a block is, well, you can't move it with pistons, meaning you cannot move a consistent redstone signal without working around it somehow. The redstone torch also gets broken by water and lava, which you really shouldn't be putting anywhere near your redstone builds to avoid absolute catastrophe. But in case you did, it was incredibly risky with the use of the redstone torch. The block of redstone instantly solved these two issues and opened up a whole realm of piston plus redstone block possibilities for contraptions. The piston moves the redstone block and it maintains its signal. The redstone block maintains its constant signal even when fully submerged, making underwater or, God forbid, under lava contraptions actually possible. And you see the redstone block in almost every modern day redstone contraption like flying machines and vertical redstone signal contraptions. Another feature released in version 1.5 was the daylight sensor. Many people consider this a useless block, but I think it's got its place in the right setting. One of the coolest yet simplest redstone builds I've ever seen is an automatic fireplace using the daylight sensor. You can flip the sensor to become a night sensor, which basically produces a redstone signal in the absence of light instead of the presence. The concept for the fireplace is simple. You just hook up the daylight sensor to some dispensers in a netherrack fireplace, and boom, you have a comfy, cozy, automatic fireplace that turns on when the sun goes down. So daylight sensors may not be the most popular thing, but given enough creativity, they are incredibly useful for aesthetically pleasing builds. This is where I'm going to be really careful with my words to avoid sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about, even though I mostly don't. The redstone comparator. One of the best explanations I saw was in a Reddit comment that said redstone comparator. This takes two different power sources and figures out a math problem with them. If both power sources are on, the comparator will produce power. If only one or neither source is on, then the comparator won't be on. This is pretty cool actually, and I do know that my 2 million capacity item sorter in my long time survival world that took dozens and dozens of hours to build required over 1,000 of them. So they must be pretty important. No, really though, the comparator is used in almost every item sorting storage system. Without them, I don't think it'd really be possible on a grand scale. Speaking of automatic sorting systems, probably the best part of the update is the hopper. The hopper absolutely changed the game forever. Almost every utility survival redstone build uses hoppers in some way, shape, or form. Any automatic farm, item sorter, super smelter, you name it, you'll see hoppers. And once you get an iron farm set up, which by the way uses hoppers as the main component, you basically have infinite hoppers for other things. Which is exactly what I did for the over 8,000 iron ingots it took to build my item sorter. Weird flex, and nobody asked, I know, but anyway, hoppers could really be their own solo video topic entirely. There's an endless list of uses, and I'm not sure even Mojang knew how much the game would change from this. It was weird to go from semi-automatic farming using pistons to fully automated super sorter machines at the time, but I think it's a great change. There's something so satisfying about hoarding tens of thousands of materials that would take a lifetime and a half to use up. 1.5 also featured the activator rail and minecart with TNT, which is hilariously fun. The faster the minecart with TNT goes, the bigger the boom. It also doesn't destroy the rails that it's on. I love it. Droppers were also added, which are different from dispensers in that they, well, drop items instead of shoot them out. They can be attached to hoppers and are super versatile, being used for things like vertical item transfer systems. Redstone wasn't the only thing tweaked in 1.5 either. This was the update that nether quartz was added into the game, with all of the quartz block variants as well. This was the very first actual full white block other than white wool. It provided much needed contrast in building palettes and is still a staple in many large Minecraft builds today. And then there were many smaller changes, and I won't go through all of them, but I'll quickly talk about a couple more notable ones. Nether brick as an item was added, giving the nether brick block a craftable recipe via smelting netherrack. So no more destroying entire fortresses to get nether brick, it became practically infinite. A really important quality of life change that we take for granted today was added in 1.5. This was the left-click drag ability in the crafting menu, which splits the item or block in half every square it's dragged over. This makes crafting mass amount of things that require a lot of crafting squares, like stairs for example, much easier without accidentally leaving blocks behind. It's kinda crazy how far the crafting quality of life has come. I've been playing the older versions of Minecraft a lot recently and appreciate the shift-click function more and more every single day. Minecraft Java Edition version 1.5 will forever go down as one of the most important updates in Minecraft history and will probably never fade into obscurity like some of the other updates. Its impact is still widely felt 10 years later, and will for however long the game is around. It brought avid Redstone users together with Redstone noobs to collaborate on systems that make your survival world utilized more efficiently. And that was the true beauty of the update. Not the blocks that were added, but the way it shaped Redstone forever. Anyway, if you like this version review video, let me know by leaving a like and subscribe for a potentially endless Minecraft experience. If you have any thoughts on version 1.5, leave them in the comments below. I love you all so very much. Don't forget to floss twice a day, and I'll see you in the next one.